So we do have quite a number of areas in the Podle, Kanye, Gaborone, Greater Francistown area. You can name it, just about everywhere where we need to redo the network, because the pipes there have outlived their lives. Most of them are more than 30 years old. There's a need to, in actual fact, some of them are now too small, because those towns or villages have outgrown the infrastructure. So there is quite a lot of investment that is required, which government is not able to do. That's where we need a lot of private sector investment, long-term concession periods, which will allow for a steady recovery of the investment by the investor. Because again, some of this infrastructure is not self-liquidating, because water is a social good. It's generally not charged at cost recovery. Therefore, that's why the financing has to be flexible enough to allow government to be able to service it over a longer period of time. We do have some bulk water supply projects that we are looking at with Chavez and Daisy, where we need to increase water supply within the southern part of, or the eastern part of the economy over for the next 10 years. Because we know that in the next 10 years or so, we will start experiencing water shortages again in this area. We recently completed the North-South Water Carrier 2.2, where it's the second pipeline bringing 120 megaliters of water from the dams in the north down south. That was the second pipeline. So we need another third one, which will now come from the Chavez and Daisy River, about 1,000 kilometers from here, to bring the water down south. The other one, which is also not in so far, in so distant, where we are now doing the feasibility studies, is the Lesotho South Africa Botswana transfer project, where we'll be getting water from Lesotho to bring it also down here. They've also outlived their lives. And because we're doing bulk water supply, we're sequencing them such that we're doing bulk water supply. Then after bulk water supply, we do networks, then wastewater, or network and wastewater together. But we're at a phase where now we need to be focusing our efforts on the network and the wastewater facilities.
Country intend to at least provide roughly 100,000 houses in 5 years, 3 years, 2 years. This 100,000 houses has to cover the whole country. So the challenge is the government at the moment, they don't have enough cash or funds to do that. So they are pleading with the investors to come on board so that they can take that opportunity. We have been issuing expressions of interest for those who are interested to come and provide that. Because what will be happening is, like, the government will provide land free of charge, then the investors will be expected to come and provide the houses. Then they will have to dispose that housing either through outright sale to the citizen of this country, or through another method, which is rent to buy. The major one is, even though we want to engage these investors, we still have a problem with the infrastructure for most of these areas. They are not serviced. We find that some of them are just vacant and there is no services. Some of them are just far away from the available services within those established settlements. So this is why that is the opportunity that we have when it comes to the housing.